From a very young age, I remember watching the Montreal Canadiens on TV, and I knew exactly then that that was my dream. I wanted to play hockey. I wanted to play for the Montreal Canadiens one day and play to win the Stanley Cup.
Caroline Ouellette is the assistant captain of the Montreal Stars and is one of Canada's most celebrated female ice hockey players. The Montreal native has amassed 3 Olympic gold medals and 6 World Championship wins and has been a fixture in the national team since 1999. In achieving that success, Ouellette has endured a long and sometimes arduous journey to gain acceptance and recognition. The aggressive nature of ice hockey left her father with reservations about Caroline's desire to pursue the sport. Not only was he worried about the game's sheer physicality, he also had concerns about the negative perception others might form of his daughter.
My dad wasn't all that wrong because I heard about every possible name calling. Tomboy, go back to the kitchen, you're taking the spot of a boy, girls should not play hockey. And you know, when you're 9, 10 and you hear that, it hurts. And I always remember what my dad told me back then. He said, Caroline, you don't control what other people say of you, but you always control your attitude and how you react. And the best thing to do right now is to do all you can to help your team win.
The Canadian Women's Hockey League, or CWHL, was created in 2007 and comprises 5 teams from Canada and the USA. They each play 24 league games a season, with the top 4 teams going into a playoff to decide who will win the Clarkson Cup. Transworld Sport travelled to Montreal to catch up with Caroline and find out just how much the women's game has grown over the years.
Women's hockey has developed greatly. When I started playing, I played with the boys. From 9 years old to 17 years old, I was the only girl on my team. And I rarely played against other girls. And today to see in Canada, girls playing only with girls or with boys if they prefer, and having the choice, and full teams of girls playing hockey, that's amazing to me.
These days, Canadian girls enjoy the benefits of a more tolerant society that recognises their right to play ice hockey. But Caroline recalls a time in the not-so-distant past when that was definitely not the case.
When I was young, I was a tomboy and I was an outcast. I wasn't popular in high school because I was the girl playing hockey, playing a sport that wasn't meant for girls. And today it is acknowledged, it is encouraged for girls to play hockey. It is something people are proud of. And for me, it's great to see that.
Ouellette's experiences have helped her build the strength of character that underpins her game on the ice. Julie Chu is one of Caroline's teammates at the Montreal Stars. However, she also plays against the 33-year-old at international level, as she represents Canada's arch rivals, the United States. Chu knows better than most what a challenging opponent Caro can be.
As someone that plays against her, and then as a teammate that plays with her, you can see her competitive nature, her intensity that she brings not only to games, but also in her training. And I think that's why she's such a great competitor and a great player for so long, is because she's willing to put in the work off the ice and in the downtime in order to be great when the time comes.
Men's ice hockey is big business in Canada and the USA, with the NHL generating over $3 billion a year. Huge advertising revenues and players' salaries remain a distant dream for the women's game. Many of the Montreal Stars team work up to 60 hours a week, in addition to playing in and training for hockey games. To supplement her income, Caroline works as an assistant coach for the women's hockey team at Concordia University. Montreal coach Pierre Alain recognizes her gift for inspiring others.
Caroline Ouellette is a true leader, off and on the ice. She trains so hard off the ice. She's a leader on the ice. She's leading in practice, even helping coaches, talks about system. She's involved. She's a professional.
One of the things I love about the Montreal Stars is it gives our young girls role models. And I think that's so important, that they have someone to look up to, someone to aspire to, a league that they want to play for. They don't always have to think about, oh, I want to play in the NHL. Now they can say, I want to play in the CWHL.
Carolyn's talents are not limited to the ice. She also possesses a range of culinary skills which have enhanced her popularity with teammates.
So I think that what I eat is my fuel that keeps me going, enable me to train harder and hopefully get better. So that's not the hard part. The hard part is cleaning after me. So I wish I could have someone to do that, but someday maybe.
Carolyn recently became only the third Canadian woman in history to have played 200 games for her country. Reaching that milestone is a testament to her dedication and consistency, and the latest in a growing number of outstanding accomplishments.
All around very good athlete. She can play as well as offense and defense. She can play forward, she can play defense. She does it all. She plays on the PK, she plays on the power play, she plays end of games, she does it all, like I said.
When we were in town, the Montreal Stars were playing Team Alberta. It was the final weekend of the regular season before the Stars headed to the playoffs in search of a third consecutive Clarkson Cup victory. With the Boston Blades leading the regular season standings, Montreal needed to win their game to have any chance of going into the playoffs as top seeds. During the game's early stages, Alberta's dogged determination prevented Montreal getting into their rhythm, and the tension was evident with skirmishes all over the rink. Having won only 3 games all season, Alberta had no chance of making the playoffs. Not surprisingly, home fans' expectations were running high, and it wasn't long before the Stars started to impose themselves on the game. Carolyn showed glimpses of her talent as the Alberta goal came under increasing pressure. Renowned for their passing and speed over the rink, Montreal sensed vulnerability at the heart of the Alberta defense. The Stars' class eventually told as they went on to record their 18th victory of the season, winning the game by 4-2. However, Clarkson Cup glory eluded Montreal this year as they were defeated in the final. But Caro's ambitions in the game remain strong.
I hope that I can make it in Sochi and maybe play for one more World Championship, and then after that it's probably going to be time to get a real job.
We wish Carolyn the best of luck in her attempt to win a 4th Olympic gold medal at Sochi in 2014.